Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, welcome back to another vlog. That's right, it's Monday. We're driving home from work. Vacation is over. So as most of you know, last week good old RB here was on vacation. Spent the holiday week with my family, wife and kids, and just kind of hung around the house and enjoyed each other's company, which was nice. I don't get to do that very often. My work schedule keeps me pretty well busy throughout the year. We're getting into some time though where I get a lot of extra time off. I get a decent number of vacation weeks with my employer, but I don't usually get to use them until the end of the year because of the class loads that I have. I normally have classes back to back to back to back, and by the time you get through with all the classes that I teach, it's Christmas time, and that's really the only time when I really get to take a significant amount of my vacation. So I'll be off for a fair bit of December, okay? But so I hope you guys enjoyed your holiday week. You'll have to share with me down in the comments if you did anything specific or important or special. But today's vlog is going to be a little bit of not necessarily a rant on my part, but something is troubling me, and that is we rent our house. We've rented houses ever since we moved here to Georgia in 2010. This past year, the property management company that we use has sent me at least 3 emails saying, when you renew your lease, when you renew your lease, when you renew your lease next, there's going to be an increase. The first one was a pet increase. The second one was something, I don't remember what it was, but the third one was the one that just came this past week, and this one really kind of sets me off. I understand problems with pets. We have a dog, love of our life. Okay, our dog he's a yellow lab. He's been in the family for a long time. He's a great old dog. His name is Yukon, and we love him to death. But I understand that dogs do wear and tear on properties. Nails get snagged in carpets, and of course they get sick, or they have a bowel movement or something on the carpets, and then you gotta have those cleaned. And I get that, okay. And so the $25 extra that they want to charge us for our dog, or per pet, we only have one, so it's only $25. But the amount that they want to charge us per pet, I'm okay with that. I was willing to let that one slide. And the other little charge that they wanted to throw in there, it was, I don't know, I don't remember what it was, but it didn't seem to be anything too over the top. But now, this latest one, that they're wanting to tack on, that they're going to tack on in our next lease renewal, is a septic maintenance fee. So if we have a septic system, which we do, they want to charge us an extra $50 a month to build up money in an account that will cover the cost of having the septic tank pumped when the time comes. You have to have that done every 3 to 5 years. That's what's recommended. Well, it's been 4 since the last time ours was pumped. So we're due, right? And so I understand that that's an expense, but correct me if I'm wrong. If you're in the business of renting houses, shouldn't you kind of plan on stuff like that and not force the tenant to pay for that stuff? To me, that's a cost of doing business. And now, don't get me wrong. I understand that the owners want to make money on this. They've hired a property manager to make sure that they don't have to deal with the day-to-day hassles. I get all of that. I mean, I probably would do the same thing. But at some point, don't these property managers realize that you can't just keep sending your customers emails saying, hey, we're going to do this, hey, we're going to do this, hey, we're going to do this, and not expect some recourse? Because here's what's going to happen. The old RB household right now is looking into moving. We have not been homeowners since we moved to Georgia. Like I said, we've always rented, but we were homeowners before we moved down here, and we weren't sure how long we were going to stay. And of course, 1 year turned into 2, turned into 3. Now it's been 7. it's probably time to realize, hey, we probably are going to be stuck here for a while. We're probably going to be down here for a good period of time. And so maybe it's time to buy our own place. So we've put the feelers out to, to different lenders to see what we can get approved for and all that. But this is the culmination of things just kind of piling up and piling up. And plus, there's probably going to be a regular rent increase this year, which you always have to figure that there could be a rent increase every time you renew a lease, right? We've been in the house that we're in now for 4 years. It's probably time for the rent to go up. So what was a reasonable amount of money for the house that we were in when we moved in is going up and going up and going up. And it's not going to be reasonable anymore. And so at some point, you would think that the homeowner / the property manager would realize that, hey, there's a market cap. There's a market cap on how much this house is worth to a tenant. And I'm sorry, but the house that we're in is not going to be worth the amount of money that they want us to pay for it when you start tacking on all of these fees. And so my wife and I, and especially my older kids, we discussed it over the weekend, and we are pretty much to the point where we're definitely ready to move on to something else. We're just not sure what. Apartments are tough. Apartments are fairly standard, You're gonna pay a deposit for a pet, but there's no extra charges usually. There's no septic fees or anything like that. Sometimes you get utilities included in your rent, and so that's a possibility. We could move into an apartment, but we're a bigger family, and so that gets kind of crowded. Apartments are finite amounts of space. If we move into a house, if we move into another rental house, then we run the risk of having more of these, little onesie twosie nickel and dime us to death fees, and that's something else. So we're to the point now where maybe, just maybe, it's time to get back into the old home ownership game and buy a property. So if you rent currently, what are your thoughts on that kind of thing? If you're a homeowner, what are your pros and cons? What are your pros list? What's on your pros list to reasons why owning a home would be desirable? And yes, I do know that there's drawbacks to owning a home. So they want us to pay into this fund to pump the septic tank. Well, if we buy a house that's got a septic tank, we're the ones that are paying to have that septic tank pumped. I get that, right? So there are definite pros, there are definite cons, and that's something that my wife and I specifically, and to a point, our older kids are helping us to evaluate. Because my oldest is 21, not moved out of the house, going to be staying with us for a while, and then my middle child is 17, so almost an adult, and has a valid opinion on or a valid perception of what is possibly the right thing to do. But yeah, I want to hear your takes on stuff like that. So if you are a current rental type person, what's in it for what's the best thing about renting for you? Or if you're a current homeowner, what's the best thing? And then conversely, what are the things that you don't necessarily like about it so much? So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all the support on the channel. We hit 1,300 subscribers, so that's a huge thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for all of that. I can't believe that we are where we are. It's pretty awesome. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, we will catch you on the flip side. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.